Hello and welcome to the FatBoss Guide to Protectors of the Endless 25-man heroic in the Terrace of the Endless Springs.
Yes, this fight is actually really quite cool. They've not really changed too much. The bosses, in theory, don't really do anything else, which is okay. Don't worry. There's ads. It's all good because there's ads. Well done, Blizzard. Nice heroic mode.
Now, if you haven't seen the normal mode tactics for this encounter, please do click up on the annotation on your screen now, and that will keep you all up to date and refreshed with all the normal mode mechanics because they're all in heroic anyway. So go check that out.
Now for this fight you want to bring 2 tanks, 5 or 6 healers, really 5 healers, and any DPS, ranged DPS really being quite a lot better because of what you need to do with the ads, but you can bring melee, just don't bring too many because it can be a bit of a pain in the ass. Now as we said, nothing has changed in terms of what each boss does. They still gain the same move each time another one of them dies. Now as you will not be doing this on Elite for your first kill, we do recommend killing the bosses in this order. You want to kill Koala Man, Kawalan, whatever, Regale, and then Asani. This is just the easiest way for your first kill. Of course, you can try and do it on Elite your first time, but good luck being there for about, like, 10 weeks.
Yeah, we recommend that you really go for an Elite kill after you've killed Shah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So if you haven't done this particular order before, if you've always done the Elite order, just to let you know, it's the same as looking for raid, essentially. Once Kawalan dies, Regale will then gain the Lightning Storm, which will create rings of lightning that you need to move out of, and it will move out in a pattern. So it will do it very close to him, and then that will dissipate. So don't stand in the first one, and then you can then move into that one, because that area will be clear, and it will just be rings of lightning that move out. It's very, very easy to move out of, just don't get hit by it. It does hit for a shit ton. Then once Regale dies, Asani will then gain the Overwhelming Corruption debuff, which just does a shit ton of raid damage to people. You just need to heal it up, and that's more or less all it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like we did mention, the only thing that has really changed to this encounter is that they've added ads.
Yay!
A steady stream of ads called Minions of Fear will come from where Lai Shi spawns down towards the bosses. Now these ads won't really do anything to the raid whilst they're alive, apart from move towards the bosses, and once the ad does get to the boss, it will die and give the boss a 10% damage buff for 3 minutes, and obviously you can imagine this stacks, which it does. And also on top of this, if the stack does get to 5, then the bosses will do a massive shit on your raid and everybody will die.
Yeah.
So that can't happen. The boss can't get 5 stacks.
Now, the ads will only ever run towards the boss with the lowest health, which is also the one that you're killing. So that's worth keeping in mind, but you will just be keeping all the bosses on top of each other for this tactic anyway. So, of course, you need to kill these ads before they reach the boss. That's very simple. Now, the ads can be slowed and don't have a huge amount of health, so this isn't really the hard part. The hard part is your coordination. Now, because when you kill these ads, the ads will give the closest 5 players a stack of Corrupted Essence. This will give the player a 10% damage increase for 2 minutes, and this stacks. However, of course, if you get too many stacks, i.e. if you get 10 stacks of this debuff, you will do 250k damage to all players within 30 yards. Which is very bad, especially if, like, 5 people, yeah, you're going to die. So you've got to sort it out. You've got to do a rotation of 5 groups of 5 players in your raid team, and you need to spread it apart. Now, for these groups, it's not just 5 random groups. You want to, like, assign them 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The first groups, so 1 and 2, they want to be your highest DPSs that are ranged, so like mages or anyone who's doing a ridiculous amount of damage. And then as it goes throughout the rest of the groups, like 3 and 4 might be your kind of shit DPS that are kind of only there because they're going out with a GM or something. And then group 5 will be the tanks and any healers that weren't put in group 4. Now, once you've decided this, then you've just got to start killing the ads. There's loads of different ways of doing this rotation, but this rotation that we're going to show you is a way of making it so a lot of people have a lot of damage for a long period of time, i.e. throughout the rest of the fight. And we've got a table here to show it for you, which we're not really used to on FatBoss, but that's fine. That's fine, so here we go. So you'll start off with the first group, and they will go ahead and soak 3 ads, i.e. they'll be the 5 closest players to that ad, and then when they kill it, they get a stack, and they'll do that 3 times. And then you'll get your second group to do the same thing and soak another 3 sets of ads. Then the third group will go soak 2 ads. Then the fourth group will go and soak 2 ads. Then the first group comes back and then goes and soaks 2 ads. Same with the second group, they'll go soak 2 ads as well. Then the third group will soak 3 ads, and then the same with the fourth. So the fourth group will then soak 3 ads. Then each group will soak 2 ads twice. So group 1 will soak 2 ads, group 2 will soak 2 ads, group blah blah blah, etc, etc. This will leave everyone on 9 stacks, and group 5 hasn't done fuck all yet. Now, Group 5 will go and soak 9 ads. This means by the time this has happened, either the bosses should really be dead, or Group 1 stacks would have dropped anyway, and you can start the whole process again. But to be honest, the boss should really die at this point anyway, but either way, that rotation works. In all fairness, loads of people do it in loads of different ways. We just feel this way is the best way of doing it, so you keep quite a high amount of damage for everyone across the raid. So as long as your whole raid is doing a fair amount of damage, and you can't really say this person's definitely the best or this person's definitely the worst, this way is a really good way because it keeps everyone on quite high stacks throughout the whole encounter.
So if you do rotate like this, then no one should blow up. And like we say, once the 5th group has then got their 9 stacks, the boss should be dead. If it's not, then Group 1 stacks should have dropped, and you can just start the whole process all over again, like you did from the start.
Now, while Group 5 does stack, it is very, very good because they're tanks and they are healers. The tanks can't really move around too much because otherwise the ads will get too close to the bosses. It is just bad. You should really make sure that you're on the other side, the opposite side to the bosses. You can be stacked up in melee, but you've got to make sure that the tanks are definitely the closest people to the ads, because one false move at this point, when the whole raid is on 9 stacks, equals someone's going to blow up. So you've got to make sure these tanks and those 3 healers that aren't going to have any stacks yet are the very closest people to the boss, because otherwise you are fucked.
A link to this table picture thingamajig is in the description, so if you want to go check that out, there it is.
So that's pretty much it. As long as you can do the ad swapping at the right time and do all the boss mechanics, it's GG. It's not too difficult, especially like when it's not elite. If you want to do it on elite, yeah, well, have fun at least.
Yeah, it's just the most important thing is just making sure that you do get those stacks nice across the board. Make sure no one blows up. Make sure you're a little bit careful when the lightning storm comes in, because people are moving around. You might move too close to the ads.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. Make sure that you're not closer than the other groups. But essentially, it's just normal mode with ads that you need to play around with with stacks on yourselves. That's it.
Exactly. So thank you for watching. If this guide did help you out, then please do give us a thumbs up. It helps us out quite a lot, and make sure to comment, rate and subscribe.
And if you'd like to see more 25-man heroic guides by FatBoss, please do click up on the annotations you see on your screen now for more.
More!
Oh, yes.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.